So wait, before we get into you rapping, when you were younger, what was the music that you were listening to, and what kind of made you want to rap?
You feel me? Honestly, like the music that was, I didn't really like have a phone or nothing growing up.
Really?
So like my brother and my mom and whatever, like my brother had an Xbox. You feel me? We'll argue about that shit all the time. Like my brother would watch movies like Friday and like Get Rich or Die Trying. Like so 50 Cent, Tupac. You feel me? Even my mom, you feel me? Bosnian music was playing in the house at the time too. Like Palabra. So it was just a mix of every single rap, you know, like it was just, I can't specifically name it because it was too much, you know, like it was a lot, but like for sure, like Tupac, 50 Cent, like the basics, you know, like the homies always bumping corridos, you feel me, like all that, you know.
That's crazy though that you're like 23 years younger than me, and that the music that you grew up on was like basically the same shit that I grew up on.
For
50
sure.
Cent, Tupac, like all these massive artists.
Nah, for sure.
Just...
I wouldn't say, like at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna sit here and say no, like like Chief Keef or like shout out to them though. Shout out to all of them and stuff. But like at the end of the day, I didn't grow up listening to that. Like I grew up to Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Tupac, 50 Cent, like all the old heads. Like my mom would listen to that in the house. So that's why I would listen to that.
Right. No, for sure. Okay, so when did you start rapping?
I started rapping like 10 months ago. About, probably leading on to 11. If not, maybe even like now, bro, probably, 11, 10 months.
And did you have anybody who was, supporting you or like putting you on to like what it was to be a rapper? Do you have anybody you were looking at who's having some success?
Shout out to Jay Nino, Shooters on Go, Jay Nino's management.
Oh, is that the video guy?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I recognize you saying that as the intro. Okay.
Yeah.
Got
Shooters on Go. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. When I first started rapping, I didn't want to rap. I had my homie Smokey, shout out Smokey 15, and Lil Bouncer, rest in peace. You feel me? They're from my neighborhood. I didn't want to rap. My homies were doing it. They both passed away. You feel me? And Shooters on Go actually ended up going to my homie's funeral. I seen him. I was still, doing my thug nizzle, doing whatever I was doing, wasn't even rapping. And he always see me around him like, hey, bro, like, I know you be making music. I know you be right. Like, I'll be f***ing around, but I would never drop nothing. I would never everybody knew my face because of who I am. So I was always had the revenue in the streets. So Jay Nino, he was telling me that day of the funeral. And honestly, I was sitting in my garage, in the homie's garage. You feel me? Free the homie, Young Rowdy. I was sitting in the homie's garage, sitting with the motherfucking burner on my waist. And I call this fool. I seen a picture of a Chito Ranas with the diamond Rolex on.
Okay.
With the blue face diamond Rolex on. And I see the picture pop up. And my homies passed away and shit. And I'm going through it. You feel me? I'm smoking a blunt. I see his contact pop up. I press his shit. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm trying to rap. And he's like, let's get to it. He sent me an address literally 2 days later. And I pulled up to the studio. And I started, like, really rapping, like, taking it serious. Feel me? So that would, like, I would want to say, like, that's... Jay Nino is a big... Shooters on Go is a big part of Blanco15's career.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
A lot of people, like, outside to Nino's management, OTR Records, and 808 Cartel, DJ Flip, a lot of people did not know that he, like, if you know me, he helped me, you feel me? But a lot of people just see me go straight into OTR. And that wasn't the case, like, I had to get recognized first, bro.
So you were saying, though, that you were well-known in your neighborhood and that you were really having money, so you had your hustle figured out?
Nah, for sure. If it was just, like, at the end of the day, street hustle, and going to work, regular shit, like going to work with the homie's dad, you feel me, getting money, like, it was just like, at the end of the day, bro, I wasn't sitting around and being a bum. You feel me? I was always getting to the money.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
Definitely.
regardless the case, and shout out to moms and dads, they helped me a lot. They did.
Did you feel like you figured out your style or that you had potential right away as soon as you started rapping?
Nah. Hell no. When I started rapping, I didn't know how to rap for shit. Like, straight up, even too, like, Solus was telling me, like, man, you gotta work on that. You feel me? Like, a lot of people were telling me, but I was screaming. I was screaming a lot. So I had to just master my flow and figure out how to rap.
Because when
feel
you
me?
get in there, you think that you have to be super loud into the mic. When
And you don't.
I know a lot of people who rap where it's like you could barely fucking hear them,
like
and you're right
like
there.
shout out to a rapper from Sacramento named Briss.
Shout out Briss.
That rest in peace. That fool whispers in the mic.
I knew you were a Briss fan because I heard you in something else talking about tricky dance moves and shit. And I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
oh, okay. So did you feel more influenced by Northern California shit than Southern California or what?
Nah, hell nah. Shout out to the South, man.
Okay.
Like shout out, shout out to the South, man. I'm more influenced by down here, but Briss was a hard rapper. Briss was a hard rapper. I can't speak for no one from that side though.
For sure.
You feel me?
Palm Springs is all Sureño gangs?
Oh,
Okay.
and there's a couple other ones, but I'm not gonna speak on that. I'm not gonna.
For sure.
At the end of the day.
So wait, okay. You get in the studio and then who comes first? Is it DJ Flip or OTR? Like what?
No,
so it's
who
the
came first
video
was-
guy you were saying.
Who came first was Shooters on Go. Shout
Right.
out Shooters on Go. I went to a studio right there in East LA, and that's actually where I caught the gun case too. Coming out the studio.
Really?
It was my second day at the studio. I walked out the studio. I had a 357. The case is closed already, so I can speak on this. I had a 357 revolver on me, and they fucking busted me in the county jail. And what's crazy was my car was in a 2-minute or in a loading zone. So when I got out, it's 3 a.m. The cops are waiting to get someone. Bam! They hit the lights right on me. They see my hat, my tattoos, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got him."
Yeah.
And I didn't, like at the end of the day, I was with the homie. He was driving, and I told the homie like, "Hey, bro, what do you want to do?" At the end of the day, what happened, man. I went to jail.
Well, how'd they treat you in LA County?
Cool. It was cool. Like I had couple homies right there. Like not from obviously my area, from LA gangs. You feel me? There was homies right there from Florence, from a lot of Florence, or another one. I think it was Paramount too. Another homie from Paramount.
But
right
was it a wild environment?
Nah.
It was chill.
Nah.
Okay.
It was.
You hear a lot about these LA County squabbles, but I don't know if that's like all the time or just a small percentage of the time.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. Like it was just regular. You feel me? Like it was just going to jail. You feel me? Like I was only there for a couple of days, bro, till I had court, because I was there for a burner.
Right.
So it was just regular. Like ain't nothing, no hot shit pop off. It was cool, bro.
Were people asking you about your ethnicity? I feel like that's gotta be the first question.
For sure. When I walked in there, like that's off the rip, off the back, they told me like, "Hey, like where you from?" And like, told all the homies and shit, and they were just like tripping out, like, "Whoa, you a white outsider?" Like,
right?
They ain't never seen that.
But they're not pissed off about it. It's just interesting.
Yeah, I could definitely tell that some in there were looking like, you don't see what's up with bro. You know what I mean? Like, but most will show love, because at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like for sure though I would have had it different. I was from a LA gang. You feel me? Like being from an LA gang, but it's because like when I say my neighborhood and I say I'm from North Palm Springs, they're like, "Whoa, like you from out there? What the fuck you doing out here?"
Right.
But it's just they show, the homies show love, bro. Not gonna lie, the homies do show love.
Nah, for sure. It is kind of wild because it's like I know Mexican people who are in black gangs, and I know black dudes who are in Spanish
for
gangs.
sure.
And it's like I know white guys who are both.
Long live the homie Smokey. My homie was a light skin. You feel me? Look, this fool was a black homie from my hood.
Okay.
Feel me? Long live Smokey.
And when did he pass?
Right before I started rapping, maybe like 2 months before I started rapping.